So today we'll begin another lesson. Already I have been sent a video. Already I have been sent a video to you regarding the Hoysalas of Gausundra. In that video you have been observed how Sala founded the dynasty, afterwards how the dynasty went on, and what were their contribution towards the Karnataka art and architecture by the Hoysalas. So all this means in that one particular song they have been given the complete details of the Hoysala dynasty. Who provocated? What provocated them? Each and everything is been given is been shown in that particular song. Hope you have been watching that particular song. So now let's begin. Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra. So Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, they ruled from 984 to 1346 CE. From 984 to 1346 CE. Hoysalas. So after Chalukyas became weak in Karnataka, it was Chalukyas of Kalachuris. After Chalukyas became weak in Karnataka, it was the Hoysalas who became strong. The founder of the dynasty is Sala. The founder of the dynasty is Sala. The founder of the dynasty is Sala, on order with the Jain monk or Muni. Jain monk or Muni Sudatta. In the order of the Jain monk Sudatta Muni. Sala fought with the tiger. Sala fought with the tiger and killed the tiger near Sosevuru. Today it is been called as Angadi, which is in the Madhugiri Taluka of Chikmagalur district. So it inspired people to explain Hoysala and establish an empire. So this incident of Sala killed a tiger in the order of his Guru Sudatta Muni. In the order of his Guru Sudatta Muni, Sala killed the tiger. So it has been called as Sudatta Muni was preaching towards his disciples. He was preaching towards his disciples. At that time, tiger attacked. And Sala, one of the senior disciple of the Sudatta Muni, he was nearby doing some work. At that time, tiger attacked. So Sudatta Muni called Sala to rescue them from the tiger or to save them from the tiger. So at that time, Sala came there. Sala fought with the tiger. He fought with the tiger. At last, he killed the tiger in the order of his Guru. Sudatta Muni. He was a sannyasi. Sudatta Muni. He killed the tiger. So it is because Sudatta Muni has been given him the knife to kill the tiger, saying that Hoysala. Hoy means head. Sala means his name. So the dynasty name emerged as the Hoysala. So it has been Hoy plus Sala. Hoy means kill or hit. Sala means is the name of that particular person. So that became as the name of the dynasty itself. So that is been called as the Hoysala. Hoysala. Hoy means hit. Sala means a person. So Sudatta Muni gave him the knife and said, Hoysala. So that became the name. And Sala killing the tiger became the royal emblem of that particular dynasty. It became the royal emblem of the Hoysala dynasty. Sala killing the tiger became the royal emblem of the Hoysala dynasty. You can see in your textbook. And you have been observed in that particular video also. So this is the background. This is the background of that particular Hoysala dynasty. This is the background of the Hoysala dynasty. So here, Sala is the first dynasty, first ruler, and he is the founder of the dynasty. So in the guidance of Sudatta Muni, so he founded the dynasty and he ruled for many years that dynasty ruled from 984 to 1346. So here they are contributed towards the Karnataka art and architecture is numerous. If you go today also, if you go to the Beluru Halebeedu, you can see their contribution. Contribution of the Hoysala dynasty. Contribution of the Hoysala dynasty. So the famous king of the dynasty is the Vishnuvardhana. The famous king of this dynasty is the Vishnuvardhana. Vishnuvardhana is also been called as the Bitti Deva also. Vishnuvardhana has been also called as the Bitti Deva also. So here, famous king of the dynasty is Vishnuvardhana. Rupakama, Eriyanga, Ballala. After these three rulers, Vishnuvardhana came to the power. One of the greatest king of the Hoysala dynasty. So when Vishnuvardhana came to the power, so Gangavadi, which was the reason of the Ganga dynasty, so that was under the control of the Cholas. That was under the control of the Cholas. So he defeated the Cholas and recaptured the Gangavadi region, and it made it as the captured the Gangavadi region. So he defeated the Cholas and captured the Gangavadi region. So he had earned the title Talakadu Gonda. So Talakadu was the capital of the Gangas. Talakadu was the capital of the Gangas. So he earned the title Talakadu Gonda. In order to commemorate or in order to remember the victory, he built Kirtinarayana temple at Talakadu. Kirtinarayana temple at Talakadu. Channakeshava or Vijayanarayana temple at Beluru. He tried to expand the kingdom. But he was been defeated by the Chalukyan king Vikramaditya VI. So he tried to expand the kingdom, but he was been defeated by the Chalukyan king Vikramaditya VI. So here next, Ramanujacharya could not spread the message of Visishtadvaita sect in the Chola kingdom. So he came to Bitti Deva's court. Means he took a shelter. So Ramanujacharya already you have been learnt regarding the, you are knowing, somewhat you have been learnt in the earlier classes, you have been learnt regarding the Ramanujacharya. So Ramanujacharya, one of the social reformer, he could not spread the message of Visishtadvaita sect because due to the conflict with the king, conflict with the Chola king. So he has to leave the Chola kingdom or the Chola capital. So he was being given shelter by the Vishnuvardhana, or we can say Bitti Deva. So he was been given shelter by the Vishnuvardhana in his court, and he was been patroned to spread the faith towards the whole Karnataka. So here Ramanujacharya is here, who spread the message. He was being given shelter by the Vishnuvardhana, and he spread the message of Visishtadvaita towards the Karnataka. The kingdom declined during the region of the Ballala. The kingdom declined during the regime of the Ballala. It has been said that during the time of the Ballala III, Delhi Sultanate have been occupied, or they have been attacked the Karnataka, even till Madurai they have been attacked. It has been said that Ballala's skin was been took off and he was been hanged to the walls of the Dwarasamudra. He was been hanged to the walls of the Dwarasamudra. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರೂರತೆ ಮೆರೆದಿದ್ರು ಅವರು ಅಂದರೆ ಬಳ್ಳಾಳನ ಚರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸುಲಿದು ಅವನ್ನ ದ್ವಾರಸಮುದ್ರ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ದ್ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟಾಕಿದ್ರು. So that is due to the invention of the Delhi Sultanate, or due to the invention of the Alauddin Khilji. So Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, that dynasty came to an end. Not only Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra, Kakatiyas of Warangal and the kings of Madurai, many dynasties have been rooted by the Alauddin Khilji. And at the same time, Vijayanagara dynasty came into power. At the same time, Vijayanagara dynasty came into power. So this is regarding their kings. So next we will move towards the contributions of the Hoysalas. So Hoysalas have brought into practice the provincial system of administration. They have been brought the provincial system of administration. The power to rule the certain provinces was being king would nominate the royal family members, princes, queens, and royal family members. Officials look after the administration of the Nadu and Vishya. So Nadu and Vishya, they are the taluk. Today we can compare the district and taluk, so that we can compare. So in the villages there used to be representatives, and the representatives of the governments like Gauda, Shanabhoga, Talavara and others in the village. In order to encourage the agriculture, the Hoysalas built the innumerable lakes were being built. So that agriculture was the main source of income. So many lakes were being constructed for the irrigation purpose. So in that, Shanti Sagara, Ballaraya Samudra, Vishnu Samudra are the important lakes constructed by the Hoysala kings. So in the cities there were used to be guides or the merchants of all the classes, and not only agriculture, even the other occupations were. Not only agriculture, even the other occupations were. Land revenue was the main source of income. All you are knowing, it's a common thing. Land revenue is the main source of income during those days. Land revenue was the main source of income. And the unique feature of the Hoysalas, or the unique feature in the Hoysala society was the king had a special army of guards called Garuda. King had a special army forces guard. So today for the VIPs we are having the Jet Plus, A Plus, Jet Plus Security, NSG Command, the special force which we can see which were surrounding our Prime Minister, President, or the special VIP or etc. In the same way, during the time of the Hoysalas, king had a special guards. So you can compare it to the today's special force. So they are being called as Garuda. So they are the special force to look after the king. So and one of the unique feature of this Garuda force was when the king died, these Garudas would sacrifice their life. These Garudas would sacrifice their life. So this was the special feature which we can see only in the Hoysala administration or in the Hoysala society. And Agraharas, matas and temples were the centers of education. There are excellent education institutions like Melakote, Salagami, Arsikere and other places were the educational centers. Here the study of Vedas, Vedantasara, Kannada and Sanskrit used to be carried on. Kannada literature flourished immensely. So Kannada literature flourished immensely. Rudra Bhatta wrote Jagannatha Vijaya. Just listen to me now. Rudra Bhatta wrote Jagannatha Vijaya. The great poet Janna wrote Yashodhara Charita. Harihara composed the Champu poem. Girija Kalyana. Raghavanka authorized Harishchandra Kavya. Keshi Raja wrote Shabdamani Darpana. So Keshi Raja Shabdamani Darpana is one of the most important things which has been written during the time of the Hoysalas. So it is a Kannada grammar book. Keshi Raja's Shabdamani Darpana. Keshi Raja's Shabdamani Darpana. And even in the Sanskrit, memorable works have been composed. Sri Bhashya by Ramanacharya and Prasara Bhatta composed the Sri Guna Ratna Kosha. The Guna Ratna Kosha have been composed. So these are some of the important Sanskrit works during the time of the Hoysalas. Keshi Raja Shabdamani Darpana. So it is one of the important Kannada grammar book. It is one of the important Kannada grammar book. So during the period of Hoysalas, different regions like Jainism, Buddhism, Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Veera Shaivism and Sri Vaishnavism were encouraged. Means the Hoysala kings encouraged all the region. The architecture of the Hoysalas is world famous. The Hoysalas got their innumerable temples built in the soapstone. Here comes built in the stone. So soapstone. Do you think that soapstone? What the soap you are using daily? So it is not that soap. So soapstone means it's the costliest granite. We can say the costliest granite or one of the unique granite which has been used by the kings of the Hoysalas in their architecture. In their art and architecture they have been used. Soapstones, a costliest granite or the superior quality of granite. That is been called as the soapstone. So they use the soapstone, and there are the 5 features that can be seen in all the temples. The 5 features that can be seen in all the temples built by the Hoysalas. They are star-shaped, sachitam, upapita, decorative panels, shikara, pillars. So these are the 5 things we can see, these are the 5 things we can see, 5 features we can see in the constructions of Hoysalas. The 5 features we can see in the construction of Hoysalas. Star-shaped, sachitam. Sachitam is nothing but a big veranda inside the temple. Upapita, decorative panels, shikaras and the pillars. If you go to Belur and Halebedu, you can see all, whatever I have said, you can see all the things you can see them in Belur and Halebedu. So there are beautiful idols, or we can say the dancers, Madanankis or Shira Balakis on the brackets of the pillars of the Chanakeswar temple at Belur. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಶಿಲಾಬಾಲಿಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತುಂಟು, ಶಿಲಾಬಾಲಿಕೆ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಹುಡುಗಿರು. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬೇಲೂರು ಮತ್ತು ಚೆನ್ನಕೇಶ್ವರ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫೇಮಸ್. ಇವನ್ ಟುಡೇ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಬಿನ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫೇಮಸ್. The military general Ketamalla built Hoysaleshwara temple at Halebeedu. Keshava temple constructed by Somadanda Nayaka at Somnathpura is famous. There are many temples and basatis in Arsikere, Govindahalli, Doddagowdahalli and Bhadravati. All these are noted for their extremely dedicated carvings. Because if you go to Belur and Halebeedu, you can see there dedicated carvings. You can see there. So that is one of the most important thing which we can see in the art and architecture of the Hoysalas. And Hoysala architecture are influenced all other architectural style at the later years. So the important sculptures, those who have been real contemporaries, those are the important sculptures. ಆ ಕೆತ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಯಾರು? The important sculptures during the Hoysalas were the Dasoja, Chavana, Jakana, Dankana. So these are the important sculptures during the time of the Hoysalas. Today what the many carvings we can see there. So these are the things due to these. The famous sculptures during the time of question may come, name this famous sculptures during the time of the Hoysalas. Dasoja, Chavana, Jakana, Dankana. So these are famous. So this is regarding the Hoysalas. If any doubts are there, so just you can call or you can message me. Thank you.